Alright, hey, what's up? This is Monkey Dude 1212. This video today is kind of a serious one, not really like too serious, like, oh my god, someone just died sort of thing, but little message I've kind of wanted to tell everyone for a while, but I never really was able to reach a lot of people. Like, you write a paper, you hand it in at school, who's gonna read it, sort of thing. So let me just start off. I'll start it off with a funny story. It's not really that funny, but some people think it's funny. The Jehovah's Witnesses come over yesterday, and I don't know about you guys. I mean, I know a lot of people don't actually like the Jehovah's Witnesses, and they'll either just slam their door and say, no, we're busy, or, kick them the boot, don't even listen to them. But I think, the Jehovah's Witnesses, they think I'm going to be condemned and go to hell, and they're taking time out of their day to come and try and convert me. And I mean, that's a really nice thing to do. Like, I might not believe in the same thing as them, but you don't see me going over to their house and, trying to help them out or anything like that. So, I mean, in my mind, the least I can do is, listen to what they have to say, even if I don't agree. I have a right to my own opinion, but I should at least listen to their part of the argument or whatever. So anyways, true story. They come over yesterday, and they give me the monthly pamphlet, and they're all like, this is what this part of the Bible means, Psalms, whatever God really means to tell us this and this and this and this. And I don't remember what all they said, because it's not really all that important. The important things, they came over, we talked, sat down for a bit, and I said to them, did you guys hear about James Cameron? And I was like, they're like, James Cameron? I'm like, yeah, the movie director, made The Abyss, 1980s, and they're like, oh, yes, James Cameron. Oh, well, what about him? And so, this is the first time I'd heard it yesterday, and I was like, well, apparently he found Jesus. And they were like, oh, well, that's nice. And I was like, no, apparently he literally found Jesus and Mary and his son, apparently. Like, he found Jesus' tomb, literally. And they were like, what? And so I ran down, went to the computer, printed off the big article and like showed it to them, and they were like, wow, okay. And so, a lot of my friends, they think I'm a big asshole for doing this, because, dude, these people are like religious nuts, and you just totally went and threw evidence at them that's like anti-God and everything like that. And I really disagree with everyone on these sort of things like that. Like, when we kind of started teaching the idea of evolution, like, I mean, even if they don't teach it in schools as the right thing, but when everyone kind of figured it out, the church didn't break down and totally crash and die. There's a little controversy, and that's about it. James Cameron finds Jesus' tombs. You really think, the Vatican's just gonna poof and go away? I mean, like, it's still gonna be around. There's nothing gonna stop this from being there. So I think it's important that people embrace, science and what's happening in today's world, because it can be pretty important. And if you just choose to ignore that, that's not really being very religious. It's kind of like, I'm gonna believe in this because I want to believe in this. And disregarding everything else just because of your religion. I've kind of shifted away from the standpoint of the churches and stuff like that. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. I kind of grew up in a Christian Catholic household, so I kind of lean towards the idea that there is a God and he created the earth and he's going to judge us someday. But everything else in the Bible I'm a little iffy on. Basically, how I think it works is this. God created the world, God created man, we have our little souls. However you act in life is how you're going to be judged in the end. And that's as simple as it is, and that's all you really need to know. And I mean, if you go across every religion in the world, like if I could just name the top ones off my head, Buddhist, Islam, Hindu, Christianity, Judaism, I mean, all of them, they all say no killing, no stealing, don't go banging, people who aren't your wives and stuff like that. And I mean, they all kind of agree on the same points of how to live a good life. I mean, like, don't be a bad person is all they really have to say. And I mean, they all kind of teach the one golden rule: do unto others as you would have done unto you. Treat others how you want to be treated. So I mean, based on that, I kind of figured, maybe every religion in the world is really kind of like the same religion, but because everyone is different, we just interpreted it differently. Like, God sends a messenger to Asia, and they interpret it that way, and then they have their Eastern religions, and then God sends one to the Middle East, and then, we interpret it that way, and that becomes another religion. And then somehow, in the course of all this, we all end up with 20 different religions and no one disagrees or agrees with each other, and there's wars happening everywhere. I've kind of gone and adopted everyone's ideas into my own idea. I'm pretty sure someone already came up with this and there's a name for it, but I haven't been able to find it. So what I call it is monkeyism, because it's like monkey, which is like me, and then ism, which is just an ism. And I think it was a little clever when I came up with it, because even if you don't know about me, monkey, you could think of at least monk, and then ism. You know, monks are all spiritual and passive and everything like that, and this is a pretty passive religion, you could say. Basically, how I think it works is this. I've already explained to you how it works. So I've kind of gone and I've judged what other people think of their religions, and I think other people should really, like, they're kind of taught not to judge other people, but have they ever thought to judge their own God? Because I've kind of looked at it and I thought to myself, like, this is the big standpoint that broke me off from being a Catholic, a Roman Catholic, is I went and I thought, okay, so if I believe in this God and he turns out to be wrong, and let's say it was Allah. Say Allah was the one true God and I was just wrong the entire time. But I was a really nice guy. Like, I was the perfect Christian. I did everything. I would have been a saint, but I was worshiping the wrong God. Does all that go in vain? Like, was me being a good person worth nothing in the eyes of Allah? Like, I mean, does it really matter who I'm doing this for, is what I'm saying. I mean, if I'm going to be condemned because I didn't get a name right, or because I grew up in a different family, that's pretty low. And if that's the way God sees it, I don't want to be worshiping that kind of a God. I want to worship one that'll judge you for how you act, you know, not for who you acted for. So I just kind of like to leave everyone on that note. Also, my phone is ringing. I'd like to leave everyone on that note. Think about it for a little while. Get back to me.